That's missing.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
Hey! Wow.
Hey.
Who's the wizard on the sound effects?
That's the legendary G. All right. All right. Has everyone seen my stream here?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's sci-fi.
All right. Cool beans. I'll wait another, like, let's say 10 seconds, then we'll get started. All right. Let's get going. So, welcome to Dev Office Hours. It is May 15th, I believe, right? Is it May 15th? Yeah, it's May 15th. All right, I got that right. And it's another week of Office Hours. Let's dive right into it. So, first of all, as always, we like to do the marketing and ecosystem updates, and we're welcoming Jisoo to Story this week. So, welcome, Jisoo. All eyes on me, another K-pop icon and global star. So that's fun. We like to do these every week, and they keep on coming. So we're gonna keep doing it. Next, there's a new IP that we announced on our Twitter. It's an AI generated EDM track by WAV or Wave. This epic track can be used to accompany visuals, videos, or even remix. So, yeah, I mean, I guess along these lines, I don't know if any of you guys, I talk about it a lot, but if you've ever checked out Suno or whatever, um, yeah, honestly, wannabe, I'm not really, I actually, I kind of like EDM. Like, I've been getting, not like hardcore EDM. I actually have a funny story about one time I went to an EDM concert. I hated it, but I kind of like the, like techno stuff. And yeah, I'm not personally a huge fan of this either, but welcome to Story. Um, yeah. So GPT said, "Is anybody actually staking on Vario yet?" Oh yeah, totally. And Robert, remind me to get to that. Actually, you know what? Because this is the ecosystem section, we'll get to that in just a second. Um, got no money to try anything registered IPs out. Rip. Yeah, you have to find a non-commercial one. But yeah, welcome to Story. And obviously, I don't know if you guys know who this is, but there was a breaking news network on Twitter, and it's a pretty legitimate news network. They talk a lot about fake news nowadays. Fake news. This is the realest news you can get. You know what I mean? So if you want to, definitely recommend checking out this breaking news channel. And you saw the subtitle on that? Yeah, this guy works pretty hard. It's so I would definitely recommend checking out this video. Um, you know. So also, yeah. So let's go back to Robert's question. So link to Vario. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Vario. So Vario is one of the coolest apps on Story in my opinion for a couple reasons. One is because it allows you to stake on IP assets. You can actually go in here and stake as a whole, but also on an IP asset. So I can go in here and go to Nubcat and I can stake on it, which is super cool. And you earn yield just like you would normal staking. But what's pretty cool about it, and this is sort of like the next layer, is Vario is part of the Story attestation service. So I'll link the Story attestation service here. I'll link both. So I'll link the Story attestation service, and I'll also link Vario. So the Story attestation service is basically a bunch of different partners all attesting to the validity of an IP, right? And Vario is a part of that network where the more that you stake on an IP asset, theoretically, the more valid it is, right? Like imagine a future where Story is sort of like the common ground for all IP, right? If one IP asset has billions of dollars, staked on it, that probably means it's the legitimate one, right? Like imagine there's like 10 different Nubcats all registered, but this one's got like $10 billion staked on it. That's one sort of extra proof or extra stamp that this is probably legitimate. So, it plays a crucial role in that as well. And that's why if you go here, you can sort of see like the popular IPs, and we'll have more on this later. But yeah, it's a cool spot. Do they have an API? You have to check out the docs. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Also, welcome New World Sound, and also okay, I'm gonna mute you really quickly. But welcome, we're happy to have you here. So yeah, so definitely you check out Vario. It's pretty cool. All right, so on to the yeah, exactly. So on to the developer updates. So we have the TypeScript SDK v1.3.2 coming up. I believe this is going to go out in like 2 weeks. But this will do a couple cool things. One, it's going to add the Creative Commons pill to the license module. So basically, if you go to our docs and you go to pill flavors, right now in the SDK, we have non-commercial remix, we have commercial use, and commercial remix. But we do not have Creative Commons yet. So we're adding this to the SDK. We're also refactoring the license module to support a more generic sort of register pill terms. If you've used the SDK before, you know that it's a little bit unintuitive to register pill terms. You can choose one of the flavors, but then you can't really customize it beyond that. So this is just a better, function for that. The royalty module, again, if you haven't played around with this, you wouldn't really understand the benefit, but the royalty module now returns claim tokens when claimable revenue is called from a non-owner account. So for example, if I claimed revenue for Robert, it would actually give me proper return data, which it didn't before. It was like a missing, I guess bug, whatever. And that's pretty much it. The other two are a little smaller. Okay. So also I did this video like a week or two ago, but I would still recommend checking it out. I get some questions on this actually quite a lot about AI training and IP and license terms. So that's a good video for that. And I also wanted to show a fun project. Now, the reason I'm showing this is to give you guys ideas for the upcoming Build-a-thon. But I wanted to show a recent project that I've been working on, as well as G here. And so if you can see, I hope you can still see my screen. I think you can. Basically, and Robert, I think you actually find this quite interesting as well. Right now on the portal, it's hard to find popular IP assets, right? If you go to portal.Soreta Foundation and you go to browse, it's hard to sort of discover like what's actually popping, right? You can sort of go through all the IP assets. You can go to the top here, and this kind of shows you like the popular ones, right? Like Ippy and Mushy and Emergence and etc. But it's hard to sort of find. It's hard to find IP. And Robert, one of the most exciting things that I think is happening is what you're working on, which is the ability to search for IP assets, and that's going to be super cool. And I hope you explore that during the Build-a-thon, or I think maybe some other project. But anyways, I wanted to sort of better highlight the big IPs, right? So that when people come to Story and they say, hey, what is sort of like the popular IP assets, right? Or like what's really going on Story, we can show them. And so I think this is sort of a cool platform for that, where you can go in and, it's very manual right now. So it's only, I'm only like manually showing 6 of them, but, this will sort of be improved over time, but I think it's okay to be manual at first. And it shows some initial royalty activity. So like, what are the latest 20 payments that have happened across these IP assets? And also, if you click on one, you can get more detailed info about it. So you can see like, the name, what asset it is, how many derivatives it has, are there any disputes, and also the licenses. So I try to sort of lay out the available data, and just to be a little bit more descriptive than the portal, so that you can, this is more like developer facing. So where the portal is really good at sort of showing like the consumer facing, like asks, for developers, it's a little nicer to go a little bit more into the weeds, right? And see, you can transfer it, the revenue share, derivatives are allowed, AI training is not allowed, commercial use, expiration, attribution, and then it shows you can distribute it in all channels, it's global, here are the content standards, and then if you want to view the full terms, you can actually do that here as well. This is basically like all of the terms. So again, unlike the portal, where the portal is really good at sort of showing you like again, what like maybe someone would initially care about, like this is awesome, like attribution, blah, blah. This shows all the terms. So again, more developer oriented, so that if you, in the future, like actually, I believe right now you can actually paste any IP asset into the top here, and it will actually load that IP asset. You know what? Let's actually try. I don't know. Let's just try this. What happens if we put in this? Oh, wow. I've actually never tried that before. Okay, I guess it works. That's cool. But so you can paste in your IP asset, and it'll give you all of the terms. So if you want to like make sure that you're configuring your IP assets correctly, it's also a good way to do that because you can see that here. And also it'll show you like recent royalty data. So again, these are the last like 20 payments that happened on IPI. It doesn't support showing all the payments because I don't really even know how to do that, to be honest. I think I would have to like sort of manually store every single royalty payment, or else I would have to just fetch the API over and over again. But yeah, so definitely just wanted to expose a little bit extra data, and also like these resources are really good for like developers as well. So you can view the asset like directly, you can open in Explorer, you can open in the portal, or you can view the metadata that is used. And also, if you want to mint a license, you can go ahead and click mint license, and it'll bring you to the portal as well. So, yeah. So, anyways, if anyone has any ideas, would love to add it here. Yeah, I just think it's like thanks, Wannabe. Really appreciate it. And we're also adding a really cool like derivative graph here, so you can sort of see the ancestry graph, which will I think just be another really cool feature. So yeah, personally, I think the coolest feature would be if we did have a way to like aggregate royalty data. Like for example, if we could have a box that says like this IP asset has generated $100 overall, like throughout all time, and you had a way to search through all of them. I think it'd be super slick, but I'm not good enough yet as a developer to know how to do that. So, LOL. How do you get the royalty payment history? Great question. So that's actually through, and part of the reason I wanted to make this as well is to sort of like show people that it's possible, is royalty pays. So this endpoint right here, that will give you that data. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, that's just a cool thing that G and I are working on. And next, so last week we talked about the private key encryption. I discussed a little bit about it. I didn't have the link to the blog because it wasn't published yet, but that blog is now published here. So if anyone is really interested in, or basically if anyone here is a validator, this is interesting to you. If it's not, then I wouldn't read it. But yeah, if you are a validator, then I would definitely check this out. Okay, cool. So next up on the agenda is the Surreal World Assets Build-a-thon. We've gone through this a bunch. So I want to just, instead of going through this again, I want to take a moment to ask all of you guys, is anyone participating? If you are, do you have a project idea? Not that you have to share it, but would love to just know if you have one or not. And what track is interesting to you. And also if you have signed up, because awesome, Robert. Yeah, that's super exciting. Also, if you have signed up, you should make sure that you have access to the Hacker Pack, which is right here. And if you put in your project ID that you got from Surreal World Assets, like an email they sent out, then you should have access to this. And this will go over, again, the tracks, the other bounties, the workshops. So you'll see I'm giving my opening workshop on Tuesday at noon Eastern. So Nisha Zhao said, I've got a few, but most of them won't get some products until I get a few extra funds this month. Gotta be yeah. Robert said, not crazy about the oatmeal gummy bears in the Hacker Pack. Where's that? What is it? What's the oatmeal gummy bears? Yeah, received access mail. I will sign up on this weekend. Just want to take some brainstorm some good ideas. Awesome. Nat said, "I'm participating. No project. I had lots of questions, though. That's totally fine, Nat. Nat, are you have you coded before, or are you non-technical, or are you just not really familiar with Web3? Still thinking about the project? Awesome. Yeah, no worries. Even if yeah, I mean, even if you don't end up building a project, it's still cool to just come to the workshops and get some free knowledge. You know what I mean? That's right. Yeah. So I'm gonna be giving a workshop on Tuesday, which is really just going to be talking about like what is story from like a conceptual point of view. So most of you will probably know this information already, but it's still good to get a refresher. Maybe it'll spark an idea. And then on Wednesday, I'm giving a intro to programmable IP, where I'm going to really talk about blockchain and IP and developing on story, etc. How many royalty payments would you consider makes an IP asset a major asset and not a minor league player with just the occasional licensee? Um, I think it really, honestly, well, this one is very opinionated. So this is me sort of going in and just saying these are the top ones in my opinion. I also got it very much so from Vario, because Vario kind of does a similar thing where they're only supporting like the top IP assets right now. So that's sort of what I did as well. And I think these are the ones that are earning the most royalties, are, again, the most popular. But I could add a few other ones. Like, for example, some emergence assets should be in here too. Editor turned developer, and I'm skeptic just seeing the potential. But awesome. Makes sense. Well, welcome in, and I will try to do my best to help you learn the basics of development. So a combination of number of payments and amount. Okay. Yep. That's right. Hold on, I have to pause for 1 second.
Sorry, that was me.
Sorry about that. I'm actually no, that was Bruce related. I actually so my brother is graduating from college on Saturday, and so or I guess I'm leaving the house, and so I needed someone to take care of the dog, and so they just came to pick up the dog. So yeah. Bruce just ate the Wi-Fi router. Yeah, that's close enough. That's a good guess. Wait, hold up. The story SDK is a mix of both TypeScript and Solidity, right? Shouldn't take too long. So actually, the SDK is a wrapper around the smart contracts, which is Solidity. So basically, in the documentation, you can go to the SDK reference, which is right here, and you'll see we have TypeScript and Python. So if you like TypeScript or Python, they're both supported. And again, that's sort of a wrapper around Solidity. If you like Solidity, then you should just integrate with the smart contracts directly, and you don't need the SDK. Yep. If you get help, please. Yeah. Yeah. It's not necessarily I mean, it's hard to it's more of like a layer of abstraction. It's like, you have Solidity contracts, right? And then you can call them in TypeScript, but the SDK makes it more tailored to story developers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but Jacob, it's basically a wrapper around the RPC endpoint, right?
Yes, yeah. But it's not like it's not like the programming language is natively wrapping Solidity.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
He's scratching.
Did you hear scratching?
Something like that.
It's Bruce's ghost. Is this kind of how? Honestly, I have no idea about that. If anyone else knows. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that I wanted to cover in today's office hours. We've talked a lot about the Cerebral Assets Build-a-thon, and it's coming up on Tuesday. So actually next week, So next week we'll have office hours at the same time, but we'll already be 2 days into the build-a-thon at that point. So I'm gonna really try to up the office hours throughout the build-a-thon. We will probably do 2 a week, and that way we can both do these slides and also just help you guys out while you're building, because let's say you run into some problem, then it'll be good to stop by and just ask some questions. So yeah, but if you're gonna participate in the build-a-thon, which I hope you all do, I will see you on Tuesday at noon Eastern time, and that'll be the opening workshop. Yep, at noon. Yeah, so and we'll just double check that. Yeah, so this is at noon Eastern time on Tuesday. All right. Cool. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to stick around. If not, that's it. Thanks for the class, everybody.
Somebody get Rickrolled.
Ow.
Since we have 5 minutes, can you tell us your daily routine really quick? Oh yeah, sure. My daily routine. My daily routine is well, it depends what day it is. I'll give you today's routine. So I work as an EMT, like in the emergency ambulance. So I did an overnight shift last night, and I was on from midnight to 7 in the morning. So that, I guess, I start my day at midnight, and then woke up at 7:30, and then came home, laid on the couch with Bruce for an hour, and just watched YouTube. Then I Then I made the slides for office hours. Then I started planning some content ideas for Twitter and Story. And also put in a little bit of work into IP on Top. I was doing this mostly last week. Then usually have a couple meetings, and then I'll try to go to the gym in the afternoon. But today I'll be driving 5 hours to my brother's graduation, so I'm not going to really be doing much tomorrow because I'll be attending his ceremony. No, not kidding. Not kidding. I wonder if there's any pictures I could show you. I'll try to look for some fun pictures.
Yeah, we found them on that other website that we don't talk about.
Please. Yeah, this is actually, here, I'll show you guys on Discord if you can see my camera. So this is actually me. I don't know if you can really see this picture, but this was me sleeping on the couch last night at the agency, just watching TV.
Agency?
Yeah, like the EMS agency. So I sleep there
Oh.
overnight. Yep. Let's see if I have any fun pictures of the ambulance.
Somehow fun picture and ambulance doesn't go together.
This was us doing like we were in the parking lot the other day doing like test driver training, so we were all driving back and forth through like a bunch of cones. Trying to like see if we could back up correctly. So that's my fellow EMT in the driving, and he missed the cone, so we were all laughing at him.
Oh, that's good.
No, what it is my main job. I work as an EMT volunteer. I don't make any money from it, but I do it just to like be in the community and just get some like hands-on experience. I love coding. I love doing what I do, but I also had a moment where I was like, I kind of want to do some hands-on work. So I started doing that.
Yeah, a lot of my code is on neat CPR.
Yeah. Are you in the Story office? No, I'm not actually. I'm at home right now, but a lot of the team is actually in the Story office. Because we have some cool technical things happening that I can't announce right now, but some big things happening right now. Trauma Team EXP any percent speed run. What does that mean? Do I speed run saving patients? Yes. That's really cool, though now I'm really confused how it's possible all that in 24 hours. Listen, I'm a DevRel, I'm a news reporter, right? I'm a breaking news reporter. I am an EMT. What other characters have I played on my Twitter? When you back to be YouTuber, yeah. Gamer. Oh, that's another part of my daily routine. I forgot to say is that I play League of Legends a lot of League. Let's go. You play CS2? Nice. Yeah, I play a ton of League. I'm addicted to it. I've been addicted to League since I was like a freshman in high school. When are you back to be a reporter again? Yeah, I got to be a reporter again. Actually, you know what's funny? I'll be a reporter right now. Oh wait, can you guys see my screen?
Yep, can't hear nothing.
Oh, you can't hear anything?
I can hear you, but I expect some kind of like music sting. Did it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm back to being a reporter, guys. What's up, everyone? It's Jacob here.
What are you reporting?
This is just here, I'll show here. Wait, oh wait, shit. I stopped the wrong thing. Wait, here we go. All right, I'm back reporting that wannabe. Wait, I got to put on my reporter voice. Ready? Wait, how do I gotta make this a little bit bigger? Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? It's Jacob Tucker back at it again for breaking news. On this week, Wannabe said that he really doesn't like dogs and he is a cat person. Nishizawa said that blockchain is not a real-world solution. Stay tuned to find out more. New World Sound is reacting in the chat with laughing emojis. Is he actually happy in real life?
The first thing he does is razz everybody as a reporter. Okay.
Yeah. Ramses hit a boxing workout in the gym today. Did he knock someone out? This emoji, yeah. Yeah. Ramses.
Okay, now be honest. Where'd you get the graphic from?
This graphic?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was actually registered as IP on Story, so I licensed it properly.
Oh, neat. What kind of license?
Non-commercial social remix.
Hey, that brings up an interesting question. Does Verio or anybody else consider an asset popular if it's non-commercial remix and had a ton of remixes, but there's gonna be no money?
It's a good question. I would, yeah, but I think Vario and this are they're very opinionated. But yeah, no, I totally would. Like if I mean, if Justin Bieber registered his thing and it was non-commercial, I'd be like, heck yeah.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. Never.
Here come the lawyers
Yep.
today, and as the world ethereally turns blue slowly, we have.
Yeah. All right, that's officially the end of office hours. Hope you all enjoyed. I always have fun with these, and I can't wait for next week's as well. So I'll see you on Tuesday, everybody, for Surreal World Assets Build-a-thon. Woo!
As the surreal world turns, that'll be the catch line,
Yep, exactly. That'll be my opening line.
and I'll expect a royalty on story, please.
Yeah. All right, take
Let's get ready to cone.
Yep. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a great Friday, great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week. See you
Yeah, have
later.
a nice drive.
Oh my God, thank you. Stay safe. Bye.